Stoics were masters of understanding human nature and using that knowledge to shape their lives. When it comes to attraction, these timeless principles can be a game changer. If you've ever wondered what makes a woman truly obsessed, here's the answer. It's not about chasing her, it's about making her chase you. In this episode, you'll learn 7 powerful strategies rooted in psychology and Stoic wisdom to completely shift the dynamics in your favor. Stick around till the end for the full picture, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your story in the comments. Let's dive straight in. Chapter 1: Understanding the Modern Dating Dynamics. Modern dating often feels like navigating a complex and uneven playing field. Men are frequently expected to shoulder the bulk of the effort, from initiating conversations and planning dates to footing the bill. These societal norms, deeply ingrained over generations, have created expectations that often lead to imbalances in relationships. Many men end up feeling undervalued, drained, and stuck in cycles where their efforts seem unappreciated. This is the hard truth. Relationships thrive on mutual respect, effort, and reciprocity. A dynamic where one person does all the heavy lifting while the other simply reaps the benefits will never lead to deep connection or lasting passion. The wisdom of the Stoics offers a timeless perspective on addressing this imbalance. Stoics prioritized channeling their energy toward pursuits that aligned with their values and contributed to their personal growth. Applied to modern dating, this principle serves as a powerful reminder: stop over-investing in people who don't reciprocate your efforts. Relationships are meant to be partnerships, not one-sided endeavors, and your time and energy are far too valuable to waste on situations that fail to offer balance or fulfillment. The first step toward creating a healthier and more equitable dynamic involves a significant mindset shift. If you've been conditioned to believe that constantly chasing and overpleasing are the keys to a woman's heart, it's time to challenge that belief. Stop chasing. Instead, focus on valuing yourself and the energy you bring into the relationship. When you begin to see yourself as an equal participant rather than someone striving for approval, you naturally shift the power dynamics in your favor. Women are inherently drawn to men who know their worth, respect their own boundaries, and confidently set the terms for how they expect to be treated. This transformative shift begins with self-reflection. Reevaluate your role in the dating process. Ask yourself, are you always the one going out of your way to accommodate her needs, often at the expense of your own? Do you find yourself bending over backward to win her approval, fearing rejection if you don't? If the answer is yes, it's time for a course correction. This doesn't mean abandoning kindness or thoughtfulness. Rather, it involves establishing boundaries and expectations that reflect mutual effort and respect. Boundaries are not about creating barriers. They're about defining the standards that guide how you live your life and engage with others. For instance, if you've been the one consistently initiating conversations, planning dates, or covering expenses, take a moment to pause and observe her level of engagement. Does she take the initiative to reach out, suggest plans, or show appreciation for your efforts? If not, it may signal a need to recalibrate the dynamic. Healthy relationships are built on mutual investment, where both partners actively contribute. The Stoics firmly believed that self-respect was the cornerstone of a fulfilling life. If you don't respect and value yourself, how can you expect others to do so? By setting boundaries and asserting your worth, you're not being selfish or difficult. You're laying the foundation for healthy, balanced relationships. A woman who genuinely values you will not only respect your boundaries, but also rise to meet your expectations. Conversely, those who don't are unlikely to be worth your time and energy. Shifting these dynamics isn't about playing games or withholding affection. It's about fostering equality and ensuring that both parties contribute meaningfully to the relationship. For example, if you've been the one planning every date, invite her to take the lead occasionally. This not only encourages a more balanced relationship, but also reveals her level of interest and commitment. Similarly, when it comes to finances, consider suggesting that you alternate paying or split the bill. These small but impactful changes communicate that you value mutual effort and expect reciprocity. Recognize that these adjustments don't just benefit you, but they benefit her as well. When a woman sees that you value your time, energy, and personal boundaries, she is more likely to respect and value you in return. This respect fosters a deeper, more meaningful connection and encourages her to invest more in the relationship. Moreover, by stepping away from the people-pleaser role, you allow her to see and appreciate the real you, someone confident, self-assured, and deserving of admiration. Ultimately, understanding modern dating dynamics is about breaking free from outdated societal expectations and embracing a mindset rooted in self-worth, mutual respect, and effort. Your worth isn't defined by how much you give to a relationship, but by how much you value yourself. By re-evaluating your role, setting boundaries, and expecting reciprocity, you create relationships that are not only balanced, but also deeply fulfilling. When you stop chasing approval and start standing firm in your own value, the right women will naturally be drawn to you. They will appreciate the partnership you offer rather than take it for granted. This shift in mindset doesn't just empower you, it transforms the dating dynamic into one where both individuals can thrive, building a connection based on genuine mutual effort and respect. Through this approach, the power dynamics shift effortlessly in your favor, creating relationships that are not only equitable, but also genuinely enriching for both parties. Chapter 2: Breaking the Mr. Nice Guy cycle. Being a kind and considerate person is an admirable trait, but there's a fine line between being nice and being overly accommodating to the point of self-sacrifice. Many men unknowingly fall into the Mr. Nice Guy trap, believing that if they cater to a woman's every need, she'll see them as irreplaceable. However, this approach often backfires. Instead of earning her admiration and affection, it leads to being taken for granted. Women don't want a man who's always agreeable and predictable. They're drawn to confidence, strength, and the ability to stand firm when necessary. Why does this happen? The answer lies in human nature. We tend to value things that are scarce and respect people who respect themselves. When you constantly bend over backward to accommodate someone else's desires, you unintentionally lower your perceived value. Over time, this makes you seem less like a partner and more like a pushover. And let's face it, nobody dreams of being with someone who doesn't have their own sense of worth. The Stoics mastered the art of self-respect and self-discipline, and their teachings offer valuable lessons for breaking out of this cycle. They believed that true respect begins within. If you don't value yourself, why would anyone else? Practicing self-respect doesn't mean being rude, dismissive, or arrogant. Instead, it's about knowing your worth and refusing to compromise it. By embodying this principle, you naturally command respect from others, including the women in your life. One of the key steps in breaking the Mr. Nice Guy cycle is learning to set boundaries. Boundaries show that you have standards for how you expect to be treated, and they reinforce your sense of self-worth. For example, if a woman cancels plans with you at the last minute, resist the urge to immediately offer a reschedule. Instead, take a step back and consider your own time and priorities. By not being overly accommodating, you send a clear message: your time is valuable, and you're not waiting around for anyone. Another critical aspect is maintaining a sense of independence. Relationships should add value to your life, not consume it entirely. When you prioritize your own goals, hobbies, and social connections, you demonstrate that you're a well-rounded person with a fulfilling life. This independence is incredibly attractive because it shows that you're not reliant on anyone else for your happiness. In contrast, the Mr. Nice Guy often sacrifices his own needs and interests in an attempt to please, which can come across as clingy or desperate. It's also important to challenge the idea that saying no is a negative thing. A man who can confidently and respectfully say no earns far more respect than someone who agrees to everything out of fear of upsetting others. For instance, if she suggests something that doesn't align with your plans or values, don't be afraid to speak up. This doesn't mean being combative or dismissive. It's about expressing your own needs and perspectives in a way that fosters mutual understanding and respect. Breaking the Mr. Nice Guy cycle also requires embracing your own masculinity and confidence. Women are naturally drawn to men who exude a sense of strength and assurance. This doesn't mean being domineering or egotistical. It's about being comfortable in your own skin and confident in your decisions. When you project this energy, it creates an aura of excitement and intrigue that women find irresistible. Lastly, remember that true niceness isn't about self-sacrifice, it's about mutual respect and partnership. Being kind and caring should never come at the cost of your own dignity or happiness. When you prioritize yourself and set clear boundaries, you create a relationship dynamic that's balanced and fulfilling. She'll see you as someone who knows his worth and isn't afraid to stand up for it. By breaking free from the Mr. Nice Guy mentality, you not only elevate your own sense of self-worth, but also create healthier, more rewarding relationships. Women don't crave a doormat. They're drawn to men who are kind yet firm, accommodating yet self-assured. When you embody this balance, you'll find that respect and admiration naturally follow. Chapter 3. Make her invest in you. One of the most compelling psychological principles in relationships is the power of investment. At its core, this principle revolves around a fundamental truth: people inherently value what they've worked for. Whether it's time, energy, money, or emotional effort, the more someone invests in something, the stronger their connection to it becomes. This principle applies as much to relationships as it does to personal projects or possessions. If you want a woman to truly value and even obsess over you, she needs to feel like she has a meaningful stake in the relationship. Encouraging her to invest in you isn't about taking advantage of her generosity, it's about fostering a sense of mutual contribution and balance. A thriving relationship is built on shared effort, where both individuals feel equally valued and involved. Start by creating opportunities for her to actively contribute. This could be as simple as asking her to plan a date, letting her pay for an outing occasionally, or inviting her input on decisions that affect you both. These small yet significant actions encourage her to see the relationship as a partnership rather than a one-sided effort. For example, when she comes over to your place, ask her to bring something, a dessert, a bottle of wine, or even just a thoughtful token. This request isn't about material value, it's about fostering a dynamic of collaboration and involvement. Similarly, when planning a trip or a special occasion, involve her in the process. Discuss how responsibilities or costs can be shared, making her feel like an integral part of the experience. By doing this, you communicate a powerful message: you value equality and mutual effort in your relationship. The Stoics, with their focus on balance and reciprocity, offer a valuable lesson here. They emphasized the importance of maintaining equilibrium in all relationships, ensuring that no one felt overly burdened or undervalued. By adopting this mindset, you can create a dynamic where investment becomes a natural and appreciated part of the relationship. Women who are willing to invest in you emotionally, mentally, and even financially are those who truly care about building a meaningful connection. Their contributions reflect their commitment and signal that they value the relationship as much as you do. The power of investment goes beyond surface-level contributions. When a woman puts effort into a relationship, she becomes more emotionally attached. This is partly due to the psychological principle known as the sunk cost effect. The more time and energy someone invests in something, the more they feel inclined to see it through. For her, this might mean prioritizing your relationship over other distractions, putting in effort to support your goals, or simply showing up for you in meaningful ways. These investments strengthen her emotional attachment, making her less likely to walk away when challenges arise. However, fostering her investment doesn't mean manipulating her into giving more than she's comfortable with. Instead, it's about creating a space where her contributions are valued and reciprocated. A healthy dynamic ensures that both partners feel appreciated for their efforts. For instance, if she goes out of her way to surprise you with something thoughtful, take the time to express genuine gratitude. Acknowledge her gesture, emphasizing how much it means to you. This reinforces her sense of investment and encourages her to continue contributing to the relationship in meaningful ways. Communication is key to making this principle work effectively. Show her that you notice and appreciate what she brings to the table. Whether it's her ideas, her support, or her time, acknowledgement goes a long way in building trust and strengthening your connection. A simple yet heartfelt thank you or a meaningful conversation about her contributions can deepen her emotional investment in the relationship. Another critical element of encouraging her investment is maintaining high standards for both yourself and the relationship. By expecting her to invest, you signal that you're someone of value, someone worthy of her time, energy, and effort. This naturally elevates the dynamic as she begins to see the relationship as something special and worth nurturing. At the same time, be prepared to meet her efforts with your own. True partnership is built on mutual respect, where both parties are equally committed to creating a lasting connection. Consider how shared effort can strengthen your bond over time. For example, if she takes the initiative to plan a date, respond by matching her energy with thoughtful planning for the next one. If she shows support for your goals or dreams, find ways to encourage hers as well. This reciprocity not only fosters balance, but also deepens your emotional connection. When both partners actively invest in each other, the relationship becomes a source of mutual growth and fulfillment. Ultimately, embracing the psychology of investment creates a relationship dynamic that feels balanced, rewarding, and deeply meaningful. When a woman invests in you, she's not just contributing to the relationship, she's also solidifying her own connection to it. This shared effort lays the groundwork for a bond that's resilient and enduring, making her more committed to you and the journey you're building together. By fostering an environment where both of you actively contribute and value each other, you create a relationship that thrives on mutual respect, shared goals, and genuine affection. Over time, these mutual investments become the foundation of a partnership that's not only fulfilling, but also built to last, weathering challenges and deepening your bond. Chapter 4: The Psychology of Investment. Investment in relationships is one of the most intriguing aspects of human psychology. It revolves around a simple yet profound principle: people naturally value what they've worked for. When someone puts effort into something, be it time, energy, emotions, or resources, they form a stronger attachment to it. This dynamic directly applies to relationships. When a woman feels that she's actively contributing to your life, she's far more likely to become emotionally invested and committed. But why does this principle hold such remarkable power? It stems from the innate human tendency to avoid loss. Once someone has poured effort into something, walking away becomes harder because it feels like abandoning what's already been built. In relationships, this means that encouraging her to invest in you, not through manipulation, but through authentic shared experiences, can foster a deeper, more meaningful bond. The investment she makes becomes a reason for her to stay, as it ties her emotionally to the relationship's success. The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, understood the importance of deliberate and meaningful relationships. They carefully curated their inner circles, recognizing that not everyone deserved their time and energy. This perspective is particularly relevant in modern relationships. As a man, it's essential to set clear standards for who gets your attention and to prioritize those who meet those standards. If a woman isn't willing to invest in you, whether emotionally, mentally, or through her actions, it's a signal that the relationship may not be worth pursuing. Healthy relationships thrive when both partners actively contribute to their growth. Encouraging her to participate in shared experiences is one of the most effective ways to build this sense of investment. Invite her to plan a date, brainstorm ideas for your next adventure, or take an active role in something important to you. When she puts effort into these experiences, it not only gives her a sense of ownership, but also deepens her emotional attachment. For example, if she takes the time to organize a special outing or help you achieve a goal, her commitment to the relationship grows. These moments demonstrate her dedication while reinforcing her value within the connection. Similarly, invite her to support your aspirations. Whether through offering words of encouragement, sharing her unique perspective, or providing practical assistance, her involvement strengthens the bond. When she feels integral to your journey, she becomes more invested in the relationship's success. This collaborative effort also creates opportunities for both of you to grow as individuals while reinforcing your shared connection. At the same time, it's important to hold her accountable for her level of engagement. A relationship where only one person does all the giving becomes unbalanced and unsatisfying. Encourage her to bring something to the table, no matter how small. It could be as simple as listening attentively when you share your ideas, helping you navigate a challenge, or offering thoughtful acts of kindness. By fostering this mutual exchange, you establish a dynamic of respect, reciprocity, and shared effort. This approach not only strengthens the relationship, but also enhances her own sense of fulfillment. When she invests in you, she's not just contributing to the partnership, she's also creating meaningful experiences for herself. Knowing that her efforts are valued and that she's making a difference in your life reinforces the connection. This positive feedback loop becomes a cornerstone of your relationship. The more she invests, the more attached she becomes, and the more motivated she is to continue building the bond. However, there's a delicate balance between encouraging investment and creating unnecessary pressure. The goal isn't to make her feel obligated, but to foster a sense of shared purpose and connection. When both partners feel equally invested, the relationship thrives on mutual effort and respect. This dynamic transforms the relationship into a partnership where both of you actively work toward a shared vision of happiness and fulfillment. By understanding and applying the psychology of investment, you cultivate a relationship built on mutual effort, appreciation, and trust. This principle transforms casual connections into deeply bonded partnerships, where both individuals are motivated to nurture and protect what they've built together. In the end, it's this shared investment that creates a relationship strong enough to withstand challenges and fulfilling enough to inspire continued growth. Chapter 5. Stay mysterious. Mystery is an undeniable force of attraction. There's something magnetic about the unknown, and this applies profoundly to the dynamics of human relationships. Women are naturally curious beings, drawn to unravel what feels just out of reach. When a woman feels like she can't fully figure you out, it ignites a deeper interest. This sense of intrigue is what keeps her coming back for more, eager to peel back the layers of your personality. But how do you create this aura of mystery without coming across as distant or aloof? The key lies in balance, revealing just enough about yourself to spark curiosity while holding back enough to keep her guessing. For instance, avoid the urge to overshare your plans, dreams, or even your feelings right away. Instead of detailing every aspect of your day or announcing your every thought, leave certain things unsaid. Allow her the space to wonder what you're thinking, what motivates you, and what might happen next. This isn't about playing manipulative games, it's about maintaining a genuine sense of intrigue. Imagine a conversation where you share an exciting goal you're working toward, but stop short of providing all the details. This slight withholding creates an air of mystery, encouraging her to lean in and want to know more. It's not about deception, but about fostering an engaging dynamic where she actively seeks to understand you. Over time, this subtle intrigue can become one of your most compelling qualities. The Stoics, renowned for their mastery of self-control and composure, offer a powerful lesson here. They were experts in measured responses, avoiding impulsive reactions and opting for thoughtful restraint. This approach not only demonstrated wisdom, but also commanded respect and attention. In the same way, practicing emotional discipline, pausing to reflect before responding or choosing your words carefully, adds to your mystique. Staying mysterious also ties into projecting confidence and independence. When you're not overly eager to lay everything on the table, you signal that your life is full and fulfilling on its own. This independence is deeply attractive because it shows that you're self-sufficient and not reliant on constant validation. Women are drawn to men who exude a quiet confidence, and being a bit enigmatic enhances this perception. To cultivate mystery, consider maintaining a sense of unpredictability. For example, surprise her with thoughtful gestures or unexpected insights into your personality. Share stories or experiences that hint at your depth, but don't divulge every detail. Let her imagination fill in the gaps. It's often what she doesn't know that captivates her the most. Remember, mystery isn't about creating distance or withholding affection. It's about layering your personality in a way that invites exploration. When you're open enough to build trust yet reserved enough to remain intriguing, you strike a perfect balance that keeps the connection alive and exciting. By staying composed and a little enigmatic, you embody a sense of calm assurance that's rare and irresistible. In a world where oversharing has become the norm, your ability to hold back and let your actions speak louder than your words will set you apart. As you master this art, you'll find that the magnetism of mystery becomes a powerful tool in building deeper and more meaningful relationships. Chapter 6: Balancing Availability and Interest. Being overly available can smother attraction. If you're always the first to text, the first to call, and constantly initiating plans, it can come across as desperate or clingy. On the other hand, being completely unavailable can send the wrong message, making you seem aloof or disinterested. The secret lies in striking a perfect balance between showing interest and maintaining your independence. Availability should feel earned, not given freely. If she sends a text, resist the urge to reply immediately every time. A short delay isn't about playing games, it's about creating a rhythm that builds anticipation. When your responses are thoughtful but not instantaneous, it allows her time to wonder about you, fostering intrigue. This slight unpredictability triggers excitement and keeps her engaged. The Stoics emphasized moderation in all aspects of life, including relationships. They believed in neither excess nor deficiency, but a harmonious middle ground. Apply this principle to your interactions. Show her that you're genuinely interested, but don't overwhelm her with constant communication. Let her feel the ebb and flow of your attention, creating a natural dynamic that draws her closer without feeling overbearing. Having your own priorities and passions is a cornerstone of balancing availability. When she sees that your life is full and vibrant without her constant presence, she'll naturally want to be more involved. Pursue hobbies, invest in your career, and spend time with friends. Share glimpses of this world with her, but on your terms. For example, if you're busy with a project or attending a social event, mention it casually, not to brag, but to show that you're a man of purpose and action. Balance also involves understanding her rhythm and mirroring it subtly. If she's someone who takes her time to reply, match her pace. If she initiates plans occasionally, reciprocate without being excessive. This mutual exchange creates a feeling of equality and respect, avoiding the perception that you're more invested than she is. A key strategy is to mix moments of attentiveness with periods of independence. When you're with her, be fully present, listen, engage, and make her feel valued. But when you're apart, allow space for her to miss you. Absence, even brief, can heighten appreciation. The psychology behind this is simple. People often value what they don't have immediate access to. It's also essential to avoid the trap of excessive validation. Compliments and gestures are important, but overdoing them can dilute their impact. Instead, focus on meaningful, timely affirmations. For example, rather than showering her with compliments daily, surprise her with a heartfelt comment when she least expects it. This approach makes your words more impactful and memorable. Balancing availability doesn't mean withholding affection or playing hard to get. It's about being deliberate and intentional in your actions. The Stoics believed that control over one's emotions and impulses was a sign of strength. By practicing restraint and pacing your interactions, you demonstrate emotional maturity and confidence. Additionally, remember that balance extends to how you handle plans and commitments. If she wants to meet up, don't always be the one adjusting your schedule to accommodate hers. Occasionally suggest times or places that suit you, reinforcing that your time is valuable. At the same time, remain flexible enough to show that you're willing to compromise when necessary. Finally, this approach isn't about manipulation, but creating a dynamic where both parties contribute equally to the relationship. When you balance availability and interest, you foster a connection built on mutual respect and curiosity. She'll feel valued yet inspired to invest more effort, ultimately deepening her attraction and commitment. By mastering this art of balance, you convey that while you care for her, you also respect yourself and your priorities. This confidence and self-assuredness are magnetic, leaving her intrigued and eager to secure her place in your life. Chapter 7. Reframing the chase. Women, like men, often enjoy the thrill of pursuit. However, a subtle yet impactful shift in the dynamic can make all the difference. Let her feel like she's chasing you, not the other way around. This isn't about playing games or employing manipulation. It's about creating an authentic sense of intrigue and demonstrating your inherent value. When done right, this approach fosters a deeper connection, drawing her closer while respecting both of your boundaries. The Stoics, renowned for their wisdom, emphasized the importance of living with purpose and not letting external validation dictate one's actions. They believed that true contentment comes from aligning your efforts with what genuinely matters. This mindset is vital when reframing the chase. By focusing on your own goals, passions, and self-growth, you project independence and confidence. These traits are naturally magnetic, as people are inherently drawn to those who seem fulfilled and self-sufficient. Start by setting the pace of your interactions. Being overly available or quick to respond to every message can inadvertently diminish your perceived value. Instead, create a rhythm that subtly encourages her to invest effort in engaging with you. For instance, if she texts you, take a moment before replying thoughtfully, rather than instantly dropping everything to respond. This small but significant delay communicates that while you value her, you also have a rich, purpose-driven life. Balance is crucial here. The goal isn't to appear disinterested, but to showcase that your time and attention are meaningful. This approach not only piques her interest, but also sets the stage for a healthier, more balanced dynamic where she feels motivated to reach out and engage. Encourage her to take initiative in the relationship. If she suggests meeting up, ask her to take the lead in planning the date or propose that she visits your part of town. These subtle shifts in responsibility foster a dynamic where she feels actively involved. Psychology supports this principle. People value what they invest in. The more effort she puts into planning or pursuing the relationship, the more committed and connected she'll feel. Highlight your social desirability as another way to reframe the chase. Engage in activities that showcase your charisma and confidence, whether it's through group settings, shared hobbies, or simply being your authentic self in social situations. When she observes others gravitating toward you, laughing at your jokes, or valuing your opinions, it creates a sense of urgency. She'll recognize that your attention is a privilege, not a guarantee, and this realization can make her desire to be a part of your world even stronger. However, intrigue alone isn't enough to sustain a connection. Balance moments of mystery with genuine warmth and attentiveness. Being distant or aloof all the time can backfire, making you seem uncaring rather than captivating. Instead, intersperse your independence with thoughtful gestures. Compliment her on something unique, listen intently to her thoughts, and engage deeply in topics that matter to her. This blend of independence and intimacy keeps her invested, as she'll never quite know what to expect but will always feel valued. One of the most powerful elements of reframing the chase is letting go of the outcome. The Stoics believed in focusing on what's within your control and detaching from the results of your actions. By adopting this mindset, you relieve yourself of the pressure to win her over. Ironically, this detachment makes you more attractive. It signals self-assuredness, security, and a life that isn't dependent on external approval. Letting go of the outcome doesn't mean being indifferent. It's about embracing the process while remaining true to your values. When she senses that you're content in your own skin and not fixated on chasing her approval, it naturally makes her more curious and drawn to you. This sense of ease and self-possession is a cornerstone of genuine allure. Reframing the chase is not about manipulation, but about cultivating a relationship rooted in mutual respect and effort. By creating an environment where she feels motivated to invest in you, the dynamic becomes more balanced and fulfilling for both of you. Stay authentic, grounded, and consistent in your actions, allowing her the freedom to come to you while you maintain your sense of self-worth. Ultimately, by reframing the chase, you position yourself as someone worth pursuing. You communicate that you value yourself enough not to overextend, and this sense of self-respect is incredibly attractive. The result is a connection that deepens naturally, driven not by force but by genuine intrigue, shared values, and mutual admiration. Now you have the tools to not just attract her attention, but to truly captivate her mind and emotions. These strategies aren't about manipulation, they're about becoming the kind of person she can't help but admire and want to be around. Remember, the key is to embody confidence, value yourself, and maintain balance in the relationship. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our actions, our mindset, and the standards we set. When you apply these principles, you'll naturally draw her closer, not through force, but through genuine connection and respect. If you found this episode insightful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more psychology-based advice, and share your story in the comments. We'd love to hear how you're applying these ideas in your own life. And remember, the best relationships are built on mutual respect, effort, and the power of a strong, independent mindset. See you in the next episode.